Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm Wendell. We start with a video from Manchester. Look at this. Water rushing through Charter Oak Park. You can see that's supposed to be a baseball field, but now it's pretty much just a pond. So this storm really hit some of the hardest areas, hit hard in some of the areas here in the state. So in fact, let's turn right over to meteorologist Melissa Cole, tracking Henri, which has now been downgraded, Melissa, all morning.
That's right, Wendell. We have tropical depression Henri at this point, but we're not out of the woods because even though we had a bit of a break during the overnight hours, which was very thankful, we have more rain filtering on in, and some of it is tropical in nature, downpours, and we're concerned about more flash flooding as we go through time today. We've got a particularly heavy little band of rain here in parts of Litchfield County, moving from Harwinton up through New Hartford, up towards Colebrook, and then some light to moderate rain right along the Connecticut-New York border, and some steadier showers here in Fairfield County, near Brookfield, Newtown, Southbury, Middletown, heading over towards Waterbury. So what we have is tropical depression Henri pivoting back through southern New England and bringing us more rain. And we have a flood watch, I should say, that continues through tonight for the entire state for possible flooding, if not flash flooding. So we saw the drill last week. We're concerned a little bit more about that today, so make sure you have a plan in place to get to higher ground if need be, especially if you live in low-lying flood-prone areas. Cloudy today, downpours 76 to 81 degrees. Again, that flood watch continues through the day today. An additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall is possible. Some locally higher amounts if you're trapped underneath a persistent rain band. That's on top of what we saw yesterday, which for many of us was a lot of rainfall. In Vernon, nearly 7 inches of rainfall, and a lot of that fell in a very short period of time. Colchester, 4 inches, New London, 2.83, Windsor Locks, 2.82, Wethersfield, 2.67 inches, and over 1.5 inches in Bristol. The wind gusts, well, we did not get the direct hit from the storm. That happened just over the border in Rhode Island around noontime yesterday. That's where the strongest winds were, but we certainly felt tropical storm force winds from Meriden through Groton and many towns in between. Here's the track right now, meandering back off to the east as a tropical depression and eventually just an area of low pressure. So we are forecasting more rain in the forecast. It's warm and muggy outside, and the mugginess will persist right through Thursday. We'll drop that humidity as we head towards Friday and the upcoming weekend, but it's going to feel pretty sticky around here up until then. Temperatures are in the 60s and 70s, dew points in the 60s and 70s. It's tropical, it's sticky, it's saturated outside. We have a lot of clouds in Waterbury where it's 71 degrees. And let's check out Futurecast because you can see as we go through time here, these bands of tropical rain kind of moving back in across the state. So between now and noon, basically western and central Connecticut, and between noon and 5, we're going to see that rotating from central to eastern Connecticut. And then down, but really not until midnight. And then we'll see some improvement as we head towards tomorrow with brightening skies, though it's going to be hot and again, still humid. Could be day 1 of our 4th heat wave of the season. All right, here's a wider look at the storm. You can see the circle of circulation right here. This is Henri, which again will be advancing through southern New England through the day today. Temperatures between about 70 and 75 degrees right now. Dew point numbers are in the 60s and 70s. So yeah, it feels pretty sticky and uncomfortable outside. Winds are out of, well, kind of variable right now, out of the southeast direction, and that's keeping us with the clouds and some of those high dew points through the day today. 75 degrees is what we're seeing outside in New Haven. In Hartford, we actually have a nice sky with some sunshine. Enjoy it for a little while this morning. 73 degrees before the clouds fill back in. Notice by 10 a.m. we're cloudy, and we've got rain for pretty much the entire day today, off and on, varying in intensity. Same thing with the shoreline. Cloudy skies with rain developing as we go through the rest of the morning into the afternoon time. So again, we've got lots of showers around in our forecast with temperatures in the 70s, and we're talking about highs today right around 80 degrees in the Hartford area. And here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, all in the low 90s. 90 may be a little too high for Friday. A front may knock our temperatures down just a bit, and the humidity drops off significantly for the upcoming weekend. Wendell?
Here's a look at the latest power outages in Connecticut. Right now, a little more than 7,000 Eversource customers are out of electricity this morning. That number, though, has been dropping since we've been on the air at 4 a.m. The height of the storm, too, Governor Lamont expects 90% of all outages statewide should be restored by tonight. We talked to Eversource, and they were saying they'll be working until all the power is restored. Our team coverage of Tropical Depression Henri continues in Lisbon. The storm left behind damage and power outages in that eastern part of the state. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Aaron Edwards has the latest update there.
All of a sudden the light started flickering, and then it shut off about 20 minutes later.
Like many in the town of Canterbury, Mike Gallagher lost power during the height of the wind and rain yesterday. Most of the outages were due to trees and limbs on power lines. The town's first selectman says it didn't take much to bring them down.
Got a branch in it, and that's the cause of about 1,500 of our a little bit over 2,000 outages here in town.
But crews were nearby to fix the problem. A welcome change from last year's tropical storm Isaias.
The situation I think that they had last year has caused them to up their game a little bit with the fines and stuff.
Over in Lisbon, similar issues.
You're in shock. First of all, you're glad nobody got hurt.
Downed trees and power lines caused some outages in the town. One tree even came crashing down on Felix Prokop's home.
Just had that great big bang. And when we looked out, I opened up the door, and there's the tree layer.
Aaron Edwards, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Our team coverage now moves to Old Saybrook. That's where Eversource has a mobile command center set up. Channel 3's Eyewitness reporter Aya Galil has how that utility company is responding.
As cleanup efforts continue across the state this morning, Eversource says it dodged a very significant storm in Connecticut.
I called Eversource right away because I figured quicker the better.
At the height of the storm, about 31,000 Eversource customers were without power. Last summer, Isaias knocked out power to about 750,000 customers across the state. Many, including the governor, were pleased with the utility company's response this time around.
It was better to be, over-prepared than under-prepared. And I'd like to say a little credit where credit's due. Marissa and our team put some pressure on the utilities to make sure we get it right this time. I'd like to think we got it a lot better right.
Line and tree crews came in from Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, even Canada, and have been working nonstop to restore power. Eversource says the majority of power outages have been in the eastern portion of the state. Aya Galal, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
We turn to Bolton, where last night residents had to escape being trapped in their homes after a flash flood wiped out a bridge leading to their neighborhood. They were able to get their cars out just in time before the water wiped out a bridge and road.
It started to come over the road, eroded down the road, all in front of our house. And we've been here 38 years and we've never seen water like that.
It's unclear how long it'll take to rebuild that bridge to their neighborhood. A temporary bridge will be needed, and then a new one must be built. Developing news in Harwinton. Someone was killed after getting hit by a car near Hayden Road. This was first reported shortly after 9 last night. Now, police have not released much information about the person who died or what led up to this accident. We turn to the latest on the coronavirus. The FDA is expected to grant the Pfizer vaccine full approval today. This comes as the CDC says hospitalizations of people under the age of 50 are at its highest level since the start of the pandemic, with the largest increases among younger people. Nationwide, 4 out of every 5 ICU beds are full, and nearly 1/3 of all adults that are ICU patients who have COVID-19, the vast majority are unvaccinated.
The reality is certainly sobering, and now all we can do is work together in our communities with parents, families, and schools to stem this tide.
Cases in American hospitals have ballooned up more than 240% in the last month. Henri is still a threat, so be careful today and stay tuned. We thank you for watching Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. Have a great Monday.
Thanks for watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Watch us live wherever you are on our mobile, on our streaming news app. And you can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.